Radiant team, Baron. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Dire team pick. Radiant team pick.
Invoker. Jen.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Clockwork.
Dire team ban. Radiant team.
Ladies and gentlemen, LD has gone back to bed, and now we've got silly sleepyhead Merlini joining us. Good morning, sir. How are you?
How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. We're having a lot of fun here at StarLadder today. Did you have a nice sleep?
Yes, I had.
Feeling fresh?
I thought I had plenty of sleep. I woke up a couple hours ago. It's like, oh, first game's about to start now, and then I just got knocked out.
All of a sudden, it's 10:15.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened.
Well, you came in at a good time. We've got Alliance versus MYM, and then
How were
we've
the
got
previous two games?
Radiant team ban.
NEXT.kz did some quick work in the game 1, and game 2 they actually beat Power Rangers. So NEXT.kz are looking hot today. They're looking fierce, but yeah, they did very well against Team Insane. Yeah, Power Rangers they got out-greeted. There was Doombringer versus the
Power
Natus.
Rangers is so inconsistent. That's like one of the teams I never want to bet on ever.
Yeah, that's exactly what LD said. He said bet on them when they're the underdogs, but if they're the favorites, just not a value bet. Forget about it. But we've got MYM Alliance coming up. It looks like you got some numbers over here, buddy.
I was checking out the numbers.
Top one. What's the NEXT.kz Insane bet?
NEXT.kz Insane 67.33. Yeah, that's about right. Okay.
But
MYM Alliance 1585. That is ugly. I don't think it's.
You don't think so? I mean, MYM have not really been looking too good. Let's take a look at
They've been looking okay.
Yeah.
They almost beat Sigma.
Well, yeah, they almost beat Sigma.
Dude,
that's true. They are 3-2.
Sigma beat Cloud9.
Yeah, they are 3-2. Alliance are 7-2. Maybe that is a little bit.
It should be like 22-78. They look like good, but not like amazing. Not like TI3 winner. Like
Dire team pick.
pretty good.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. And after this, we will have Alliance versus Relax. So 2 games where Alliance are the heavy favorites coming in, and both of these teams will kind of have their work cut out for them.
I mean, Alliance is about to finish out their round robin, though. They've been playing so many games recently.
They are. I think right now they are 7-2. So they've still got a couple to go.
9 games is a lot. I mean,
yeah,
MYM's played 4.
Yeah, that's true. They have played more than most of the other teams. So we'll see. Today will be maybe not a deciding day, but if they can take 2 wins, that's kind of expected. 9-2, not a bad way to be seated here at this stage in the Fat Robin format.
Radiant team pick.
So what do we have going on in this draft here? Visage and Clockwork first picked by MYM, and it was an Invoker Chen grabbed by Alliance. So all right, a little bit of Invoker play. That's exciting.
Did they play Invoker?
I was just thinking, like, I don't
really. I don't know.
Let's that Dota.
I got this.
We got this.
I got
right
this.
Here.
Team stats.
All the last few games that we've seen Alliance and StarLadder that you and I have casted, we've gotten to see something weird, where they've got a Tinker that they've played like once, or they do a Shadow Fiend that S4 has played like 3 times so far this entire year. We keep seeing them rotate with interesting heroes relative to the normal pool that Alliance is
This thing's really slow. It's not working. Anyways,
that Dota.
Well, we also don't see them play Centaur often.
5 seconds remaining.
That, I mean, is that the Bulldog hero? Is this going to be a Bulldog Centaur?
It could be a Loda hero.
Yeah, a position 1 Centaur? Yeah, I guess it could be. No, it's hard to say. It's an interesting draft.
And one of the heroes that you don't like very much is the Sage. But more than other teams.
We saw Sand King earlier today, and he was okay. Sand King's all right. One of the things that's good about Sand King is how fast he can farm in the jungle with the stacks and using Sandstorm. So that is one thing Sand King has going for him, and if you can get away with that, he's pretty good. But yeah, I still he's just not my favorite. Those early points in Burrow Strike, it just takes him too long to really be able to make big plays.
So 6.80 Alliance with Invoker, 6-0. They are 0-1.
Okay, so 2 heroes that they don't play very often.
Have they played Chen before?
That one, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say yes, a hero they're very comfortable with.
A lot of these supports making it to the phase 2. Like AA got banned out, second phase, a lot of teams first banned that.
Yeah.
I guess mostly just AA.
Hey, what do you think about AA in general?
Yeah, what do you think? Do you think he's appropriately banned? Do you think he's highly valued or undervalued?
I think, in general, teams have been overvaluing him a bit. I don't think AA is a first pick, first ban, every game type hero, as some teams would have you believe. I think he's definitely good. He's very good at stopping pushes. He's good at setting up kills with global strats. He synergizes with heroes like Lycan. Sometimes you can get away with like AA mixed with a Void or like a Lich or something. But not every draft is an AA draft, and we've seen teams really prioritize him a lot over the past few weeks. So I think this is appropriate, especially with heroes like Visage still in the pool and Invoker not picked up. I'm not surprised to see him not get scooped up right away. It is nice to see Clockwork in a first or second pick slot. We have seen
10 seconds remaining.
rated over the past few weeks. We've seen so little Clockwork.
Well, a lot of the Clockwork players are just absolutely blessed, though. Like, I'm just like, what are you guys doing? But Ace is a pretty good one.
Yeah.
You need a good Clockwork player. I think that's
true.
Very important to a competitive team. You have to have someone who's really good at Clockwork. Not just good, really good at it.
Really good. Yeah, he is a high skill cap hero for sure. I'm excited to see this Invoker, though. I'm really pumped up for more Invoker play. He's been
pumped up for Centaur.
He pumped up for everything. Oh, the Centaur. We saw a Centaur earlier today, and it was all right. Centaur's another weird one where he's pretty solid. He can be good.
I don't know if he can deal with Slark. I don't know, it's not like even Hoop Stomp, he dark packs himself, and then you double edge him. He's like almost dead on the spot.
And YM have a really heavy melee lineup right now. Visage is their only ranged. Hoop Stomp.
Oh, yeah.
As well. I mean, setup with Tornado tends to be a little easier if they're melee.
Is it going to be a
Crosswex
one, though?
Think it'll be Crosswex?
I don't know. I don't think so.
No?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
They have Chen, too, so they can push with Mass Summons with Force Spirit. I think it's...
5
here. It's good to mess with Sand King. It's good to mess with Clockwork from a long range. And also messes with Slark a little bit. But I don't know if they have enough damage because Rubik doesn't provide that much damage. Chen doesn't either. They both provide tons of utility, but in terms of raw damage, well, ooh,
there's their damage.
Yep.
Themselves, Luna the Moonrider with their 5th pick. It's reasonably well-rounded. They've got some AoE. They've got a fair bit of lockdown, assuming it's a Crosswex Invoker. I think it'll be Crosswex. Okay, I was hoping you would say Exort so we could get a little bet going, but...
No, I think after the Luna pick, I think it's going to be Quas Wax.
10 seconds remaining.
Luna, they have plenty of damage, and I think Quas Wax is just better versus their lineup, because they have to be all up in your face, and if they run into EMP, they're just going to get crushed.
Reserve time.
The Exort, the Wexort.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, I did that thing where I tweeted the wrong link again.
Oh, Jesus.
Damn.
Radiant team pick.
Man, got me all like, we need a tweet here pronto. It's, yeah, Dota StarLadder, not
Okay,
beyond.
I'm just going to retweet someone who called you out on being...
I'm going to go ahead and delete the last tweet, and let's go ahead and retweet. Beyond the Summit followers, keeping me on my toes.
How do I unretweet something?
Go toggle. So Ember Spirit.
I'm
now,
new to Twitter.
This is what's really interesting. Ember Spirit, 5th pick, and that is definitely a rarity because he has been hot to trot. He has been. We just saw a Morphling ban over an Ember Spirit ban.
Who banned Morphling?
MYM did with their final ban. I like that response.
Well, they're not gonna. They don't need to ban Ember. Oh, I guess Alliance could have run in position.
Interesting to see Ember make it this far into the draft and be 5th pick. Just not something that we're accustomed to seeing over the past few weeks. And I don't know, casting with LD this morning, he seems to be under the impression that Ember is not that insane and that classic heroes like Storm Spirit, Puck, and just anybody with a good old-fashioned silence can kind of give him a run for his money in the mid-game.
I think a lot of them can give him a run for his money.
Yeah.
But what about the early game?
Once you get into the mid-game, that's a great. Like, once Storm gets an Orchid, I agree, but I still think if played properly, it is just...
Also, if you have heroes to
He's
help
a bully.
synergize with Ember, like if you have...
Yeah.
If you have like a Darkseer like we saw the other day, the problem with those carries in particular, those heroes, Storm and Puck, is that Flame Guard level 4 just like 600 damage is insane amount of...
Yep. And that's what
absorb.
we saw last game. Scandal played a Ember Spirit mid, and he went that Flame Guard max build, and he was doing a lot of damage. There was a Dazzle on the other team that helped keep the solo mid Shadow Fiend alive, but even that Flame Guard build, which I think of as the more defensive build, the damage output is still just insane, even at level 5.
The battle begins.
Yeah, the thing about it too is like the heroes that have silences and skills that can lock them down, they aren't the ones that can do physical damage. The only one that I can think of that's a big exception is Doombringer, but Doom has fallen off a lot. He used to be first pick, now he's just like...
To be fair, we saw a Doom last game, and it shut down the Ember Spirit, so
yeah,
maybe that is the
it's
golden
really
ticket.
good versus
You need the Doom.
But
yeah, silences do work well. I still think the laning phase, you just need to find some way to be aggressive.
is Invoker the hero to shut him down? It's going to be Quas. Technically, he isn't skilled. Let's check out Invoker.
We'll wait it out here. He'll grab the Quas level 1. Nothing crazy about it, but probably means Quas Wex here.
Okay, so
yeah. Well, you can always go Exort afterwards, but usually if you're going to go Exort, you get it level 1 though. Overall, do you think Ember is a little bit too powerful right now?
yes.
You do? Okay, yeah.
After seeing him for a few weeks, initially I thought he was okay. I see him in pubs now and then. I'm like, whatever, it's just pubs. But after seeing him in competitive for however long it's been,
Absolutely not.
lead power.
Yeah, I'm starting to agree. I was on kind of the same boat. I thought he was, yeah, he's all right. He's good in the hands of good players, but I think he's just... I think that risk and reward ratio is a little bit off for him. I think he can do too much with too little. Like even just we saw earlier today in a Roche fight where they think, oh, I wonder if Lycan's doing Roche. You just throw a remnant into Roche, and if nobody's there, you just say, oh, okay, cool, I scattered it out. If somebody's in there,
you can just slide a fist.
Yeah, you just hop in and you grab the Aegis. You know, it's like it's no risk. He just hops. He has that free scouting tool, and it's like, okay, you waste a little bit of mana.
Very few heroes can get away with a glass cannon build like Ember Spirit and still live.
Yeah.
Like if Void gets Mask of Madness, he's very likely to die post Chrono.
Right.
Like anything like that. Anyways, introducing the side of Team Alliance, we have Loda on the Luna, also the Drafter, Aki on the EGM, zoning out the Clockwork on the Rubik, and we have Admiral Meteor Dong on the off-lane Centaur, and in mid lane we have S4 on the Quas Wex Invoke.
Oh, Admiral Bulldog, always keeping us on our toes here with those name changes. On the Dire side, we've got MYM. Meet your makers. Ace will be on the off-lane Clockwork. In the mid, it will be Exist, playing on the solo Ember Spirit. Jungle on that Sand King, just stacking and doing it up. Well, when he hits level 2 at least. Crit playing on the support Visage up towards the top lane, and it will be Unicorn on position 1 Slark, farming away in the safe lane role.
As far as the mid lane goes, it looks like Ember Spirit is going for that max Flame Guard build that we see occasionally.
It's not bad, but I think you can just be so much more of a bully if you go the Sleight of Fist Searing Chains build.
Yeah, you really can.
But the damage is... I think some Embers are still underestimating how much damage it does, especially once you get Bottle Up. One rotation at level 3 can take your opponent to half health.
Yep.
It's just disgusting. It's just... You just don't get that same level of, like, insane lane presence. So interesting seeing Bulldog on the Centaur as well. Not a classic Bulldog hero, but... Yeah, he's been... Oh, and maybe he'll take a stun.
So that he doesn't have to worry about them seeing him in lane. I don't actually know if it dewarded.
Yeah, I didn't look.
Oh, there's a triple stack here. If Admiral Bulldog gets that...
Uh-oh. He'll get pounced upon by the Slark. And now he gets stunned. They're actually going to do a lot of damage here. Bulldog's in a bit of trouble. I think this will be first blood coming out. He turns for the double edge. And there you go. First edge. First blood. Crit grabs the bonus gold.
He looked pretty close to surviving, actually. Like, since he tangoed up.
Exist. He's in big trouble. Ake comes from the Dire jungle.
What you need to do versus an Ember Spirit.
You gotta gank him. You gotta shut him down. Can't give him free roam of the lane. And now S4 is gonna have an easy time in the mid. He's about halfway to level 6, and Ember Spirit, he's only halfway through level 4. So there's a big disparity in experience now. Phase boots up on the Invoker. Exist still without boots. They might be on the Courier. No. He is getting shut down by this Invoker right now.
Be time for him. He's going to take a long time to recover from that, I think.
Does he really not have... I feel like he should have more gold than that. Are there boots hiding somewhere that I'm just not privy to? 15 last hits compared to the 17 of Invoker, but...
He should have more stuff, but...
I guess he lost a lot of gold there in that death. I don't know. I feel like he should have enough for boots and bottle at this point, but I guess not. It's 2. Ouch.
Yeah. He didn't lose that much gold. I don't know what happened to him. He should be a little bit richer. Maybe at least like one more TP scroll on him or something.
Alright, meet your dong. Smoked up. They will bump into Mini, and Ake, he does have a Centaur as well as a Dark Troll. He'll grab basically a solo kill onto the Sand King. Bulldog didn't even do anything to him. That was all Chen. Double Edge connects with Unicorn.
That Sentry Ward doing work.
Yeah. Quick timing. That was seriously like all Chen. I don't even know if Bulldog got an assist for that.
He went max double edge too. No, 1-2-1.
He's only level 5, doesn't have that getaway ultimate. And there's the ensnare. He will pounce into the trees. Mini coming in. Oh, man, actually off the mark. They probably could have made that a kill.
I think he would have died.
Yeah, because there was a Centaur who had a War Stomp as well. He just wasted it, but...
That's a fake double edge.
Yep. Oh, Invoker does grab a kill onto Visage. Sorry, I missed that one looking up top. Yeah. GM's in some trouble as Exist roams out of the mid lane, and he will pick up a kill on the Rubik, but Easy kill in return. The Eclipse gets burned, and actually S4 is the one to grab the last hit. It's on the high ground. He will get EMP'd, but nothing else will come of it. So some more kills coming up on the board for MYM, but still Ember getting picked off right away. Kind of limits the amount of momentum that kill can give him.
That's definitely not worth it for him. He's 1-2. He's nowhere close to his space boots. He's finally has his brown boots, but I mean, last time we talked about him was a couple minutes ago.
Yeah. Snare. No more. This is a pretty scary squad that Alliance have up here in the top. Meanwhile, down bottom, Stampede will be used. Buys Lotus some time as Exist will dive on him. Sal comes out from the Moonrider, and now Exist is in trouble. He'll get caught inside of the Tornado. He's completely out of mana, nowhere to go, and Loda will add another one to the scoreboard. That's now 6-3 as we approach the 8-minute mark. Alliance are picking up some serious momentum here. Slark is the only one farming within acceptable parameters.
Now to get a kill and get out. That's his big problem. I think a better recovery might just be sit mid and farm up like Magic Stick, a Bracer, and then start fighting so he can at least get out after he goes in. The Fire Remnant takes 150 mana, which is a ton for an agility hero at this point in the game.
EGM gets initiated upon by Unicorn, though. Plenty of damage to finish him off.
Nice
as Slark burns the ultimate. Yep, this would be the Observer that Merlini is referencing.
Yeah, and they just coming until way too late.
Good kill on the Rubik.
Tower is under attack.
They need something. Unicorn still, that'll boost his farm a little bit. He's still number 3, but Loda has gone ahead and picked up a Hand of Midas on that Luna. He got it right around the 8-minute mark, maybe 7:30 or so, which is definitely good news. It'll kick in very soon, and he's already number 1 on the net worth chart. And
a lot of people don't like Midas on Luna.
Double damage.
Okay, it's situational. Some games you can get away with it, some games you can't. This is definitely a game where I think it's warranted. Meanwhile, up at the top rune spawn, Admiral Bulldog, he'll get initiated upon. It is a 4v1. Centaur may be tanky, but Bulldog, you can't solo the world, my friend.
Starts off with a Burrow Strike into an easy hook shot from Ace. 6.5. He has okay CS. He has not died yet, which is the most important part, but at the same time, he's just around Centaur's level. So although Admiral Bulldog is 0-3, he's been involved in a couple of kills and doing alright in terms of XP.
Yeah, now that Ace is 6, he'll probably be able to start moving around the map a bit more, utilize that hook shot. That was actually the first kill that he took part in. He's 0-0-1. Well, which is good news, and here we go. Alliance will smoke up in the Radiant jungle. Chen with 3
Dire will smoke up too. Existent crit or smoked.
Oh yeah, there you go. So we'll see where they want to go from here. It will be a wraparound, it appears. There's a Centaur, Dark Troll, as well as a Satyr Tormentor. They will initiate onto EGM, as well as the Luna here being played by Loda. Exist completely out of mana, though, doing a lot of damage. The Eclipse comes out. There's the Hand of God. And this is a disaster for MYM. They'll get a kill on the Sand King and crit. Nowhere to go, no mana to spare. Doesn't even have a TP scroll. Easy 3-0.
That was nice moves by Loda right here. Ember Spirit approached from here. Loda was right here, and then he shot his Remnant over here, and instead of running back, he just immediately turned around and forced him to use his second Remnant, bought time for EGM to get in position and lift him away from Loda, and then the GG Eclipse.
Yep, burned that Eclipse and popped him right in the kisser.
And it was a nice heal from Chen too. They both almost died to Ember's Burst.
Level 4 right now, still was doing a lot of damage, you're right, Dave. I don't know if the Hand of God was totally necessary, but it was still well timed that they were both low on health. EGM gets connected upon by a hook shot, he's caught inside the cogs, but the follow-up just isn't there. Nice send back from Chen. Rubik will survive, but now Ake in a little bit of trouble. He will get force-stabbed down to the low ground from
that's
S4.
Teamwork.
Alliance are just on point today. Now the Bulldog coming in, meet your dong. He's going to do some damage to Unicorn here. He will pounce over the tree line, and he'll be safe for now. Bulldog just cutting through the trees, and Slark's actually in trouble. He has no ultimate available here. They will chase him into the tower. Meanwhile, another fight breaking out up top exists. Pings come out. They want this Slark.
He doesn't have a TP scroll.
Yeah, he's stuck inside the trees, though, and they have no way to get to him. As well, because he's regenerating. So he's just waiting for that opening, and he'll try and pounce out. There you go. Unicorn will survive. Nice.
That was just exceptional teamwork by Alliance, though. First the send back, and then the tornado keep him alive so he could get sent back, and then the 4-step down the hill. That was just very well played.
Yeah. Gold 7,500 experience lead, and actually they'll grab the first tower kill of the game. It is the tier 1 down here in the bottom lane. Pretty easy when you have a Chen. There you go. Bulldog will grab his Blink Dagger. Okay, I'm not sure what he's going to be grabbing next, but he's got Arcane Boots and Basilius up already. Point in the mid lane. EMP Tornado will connect with Crit. There's the Cold Snap as well. This should be an easy kill on the Visage. Yes, it is. Even the Stampede comes out to seal the deal for S4. He'll just rotate up top and grab an Invisibility Rune. That was like the cleanest rotation Invoker could have hoped for. Port mid, Stampede, finish a Visage, and then get yourself a rune.
Easy in and out. That's what Ember needs to do when he gets his kills, but he never gets the out.
He never gets the out. He just doesn't have the mana pool. Like, still, where's the item progression for Ember Spirit? He is so poor right now. He's number 8 on the net worth chart. That is devastating.
Well, a lot of the time when...
Yeah, we'll see another engage onto Crit. Tornado, Cold Snap, Invoker just doing some work. He will force that back. Bulldog, he'll blink forward. Epicenter comes in, and that may be Bulldog's death here. No, Hand of God, Hook Stomp comes out. He will just buy some time. Ember Spirit trying to finish him off. He will secure that kill. Alliance kind of caught in disarray. Couldn't decide if they wanted to try and help Bulldog, if they wanted to dive the tower, or just pressure the tower, and ultimately they will sacrifice their Centaur. They're on the backside. Will rotate around. Have that Centaur leading the way. The tier comes out. The Shockwave comes out to harass back the Ember Spirit. Hookshot in from Ace, but that is a very bold move. That's an easy Eclipse for Loda. He grabs that kill. Now they want to pursue onto the Ember. Sork got picked off by the Luna while we're watching this Ember fight. And down goes the Ember Spirit. Now Crit rejoining the battle, throwing out some nukes onto Rubik. Will have enough to secure the kill. Meanwhile, near the tower, Mini trying to juke into the trees, but now he's in a corner. Nowhere to go. That'll be a 1 for 4. Alliance will win this team fight and take another tower. Will it be a 1 for 5? They'll just stampede in. See you later, Crit.
Hookshot, immediate 4-step down before he can even cogs, and Eclipse comes out too, and they just burst down Clockwork, even though Clockwork got the jump on them at the T1 tower.
Yeah. Showing us what they're made of. They're really on point today. They're usually on point, but this teamwork is just uncanny. Great 4 stabs, well-timed Chen heals. The Eclipses from Loda have been for that opportunity, and as soon as Clockwork hooked in, he was ready with that Eclipse.
Yep, and now the Midas on Luna are really starting to pay off. He has Treads, Midas, and HOD, so looking at the last hit chart and net worth chart, he is over twice the net worth of Slark right now. And MYM is just super poor right now. Gold graph has extended to around 10,000, almost 11 in just 14 minutes. Another tower about to fall. Admiral Bulldog trying to wrap around, scouting out with Centaurs, but he will find nobody.
Pressuring this tier 1 tower mid, but this is going to be a slow push. They'll lose their tier 1 top in the duration it takes them to do about half damage to this tower. And if Alliance wants to defend, they'll have time to come back. Centaur, ports bottom, actually off the mark with the hoof stomp onto Ace. Loda does find a path around the cogs. I don't know if they'll actually be able to pursue this kill. Ace will move into the trees, hook shots the creeps as Bulldog blinks forward. Meanwhile, in the dire jungle, another fight breaking out. A stun in onto S4. Ake hasn't maxed up. We'll go ahead and use it. And a lot of damage coming out on MYM. We'll just go ahead and port out Fire Remnant down right in the middle of the battle. And maybe they'll be able to grab a kill on Mini, the Shockwave. They just need more AoE damage. The stolen Burrow Strike gives that Sand King a taste of his own medicine, and that secures the kill.
Burrow Strike is probably one of the best normal spells for Rubik to steal. Spell's just incredible on him.
It sure is. He's in some trouble as Ember Spirit comes in. Kind of left alone right now. He does have a Hand of God available, so at least has that buffer. Will find a stun onto Exist, and uh-oh. He hops to the wrong Remnant first and then scoots back to the right. Damage right there. That just shows how underfarmed this Ember Spirit is. If Chen can do that much damage to you by himself.
Yeah. Well, Chen also has pure damage from the Test of Faith. Goes through Flame Guard, so he wasn't in that big of danger of dying. Another smoke comes out from MYM.
Uh-oh.
In Invisibility.
Oh. They'll just rotate down bottom. I'm not sure they'll be able to find someone. Maybe they can catch EGM down here by the bottom tier 1 tower. Clark is on the other side of the tree line, just scouting it out, making sure there's no treachery afoot. And yeah, EGM actually, he's just happy as a clam farming away trying to get those EGM items, and little does he know that he's about to get blown up. And wow, that Burrow strike out, beautiful timing. Unfortunately, Slark is right there with the pounce. It does connect with the leash, and they make it a kill, but still a pretty clutch play there. Well-timed Burrow strike from the Rubik.
Good reaction.
Yep.
Ace. Ooh.
A for effort.
Narrowly dodges a tornado. He would have certainly been dead there.
Pressure on now, just stationed about the high ground in the mid lane. They've got map control, and they will hop forward, stampede Force Staff, and blink onto the Bulldog. And there you go, that's a kill on the Visage. Maybe a little bit of overkill just to grab that singleton kill on crit, but doesn't come for free. It will cost them that bottom tier 1 tower as that space has been created. Though now Alliance, a huge creep wave coming in, even some little skeletons here, the little skeleton warriors, will be in the front lines, and this tier 2 tower mid in big trouble.
Fat Luna.
Radiant's middle tower is on Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And they will just go ahead and backdoor it and cut the creep wave. Not bad from MYM. At least they find another tower kill. Ultimately a 2 for 1, albeit two tier 1s for a tier 2. Now Exist. He's in big trouble. Say goodbye to your mana. You've got no escape. Exchange is vastly in favor of Alliance now. Tier 2 and 2 hero kills in exchange for 2 1s. I think they'll settle for that. Lark trying to pour it out. He will make it just barely. Rubik steals the pounce. Of course, that does not interrupt.
Illusion.
A pretty good utility hero to deal with the Ember Spirit. If you can connect with the Tornado EMP, that really neuters the power of the Ember Spirit because he can't just fire Remnant to safety.
Yeah, sometimes you can just sleight of fist dodge it, but sleight of fist dodge the EMP rather, or even the Tornado, but we have not really seen him do that many fancy plays. He only has level 1 sleight of fist too, so yeah, 1 chance at 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know about the level 1 sleight of fist build. I guess it's all right, but
that's kind of what makes the hero, though.
Yeah,
sleight of fist.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just not crazy on the max flame guard build. It can definitely work, and it's okay, but it just doesn't pack that same punch to get the ball rolling for Ember as the sleight of fist searing Chain's super aggressive build does. Man, I'm really stumbling today, Merlini.
Yeah, it's just really hard to kill people when you can't hit searing chains, and when you're not farm enough to just walk up to them, you need sleight of fist to initiate like that.
Yeah. Rotation up towards this top tier 2 tower. Luna she's more than husky at this point. She is doubling the Slark still, has the Helm of the Dominator and Manta complete with another 2,000 just sitting in that savings account. Mini channeling the epicenter, does have a blade, hops forward, does burn it onto Loda. Force Staff actually load it into the tower, but Mac and the all heal from Chen come out. Now Ake, he's stuck inside of the cog. The Eclipse flies, but actually both Ake and Loda fall in exchange for the Visage. And this is a 2 for 2 so far. Slark coming back in. Now EGM stuck inside the pounce, but Slark forced to retreat. Mini just inside that sandstorm, hobbling back to safety as well. MYM, nice epicenter coming out from Mini. So it's not over yet. Admiral Bulldog hops forward. He does a lot of damage to Unicorn, creates some space for the rest of his team, and they will finish off the Sand King. But wow, Centaur won't get off scot-free. He'll actually die to the wrath of the Dire.
Yeah, nice rocket coming out from Clock 2 to finish him off. But nice FP too. Luna without BKB, relatively squishy. He still did stay alive for quite a long time. He got like 5 out of his 7 Eclipse shots off.
And there was a bit of a misplay with that Force Staff. They used it a little too early and actually pushed him into the tower instead of the other way around. So if they had scooted him back, maybe that would have been a different fight. Crit will just way overcommit here. I think this Visage is in some trouble. Well, he's definitely in trouble. Will it be enough for a kill is the question. Yes, Rubik and Visage both fall. Ghost Walk invoked. He will just walk away.
Look how fast he is.
Yeah, he's cruising almost max speed. There is no Force Staff on the Dire side as well, so that was either a whiff, Force Staff, Centaur, or the Invoker.
He right-clicked the Familiars and tried to kill them. He got 1 hit off, and then Ace just hookshot him.
Or my friend, not so sure about that one.
What?
It's a pretty big bounty going the way of Clockwork.
Well, Loda will get a big bounty himself, taking on this triple stack, and it is double dragons.
Under Lizards, not too shabby. Is that his BKB coming out here?
Dragging so much gold.
It'll
Close,
be,
not
yeah,
quite.
it'll be close. Also level 16 on Luna. That was a big chunk of experience. So once she gets BKB, I don't think MYM have much to deal with that. The other problem is just the supports. Like, they still have Slark farming pretty well. He was able to pick up his BKB, Blink on Sand King, and the Blade Mail up on the Clockwork. Other than that, there are just no core items on this team, unless you want to count the Medallion as an item pickup here for the Visage. Meanwhile, on the Radiant side, though, they've got 4 stars all over the place, a Blink, a Mech, a Manta, soon to be a BKB on Luna, S4, not that far off of a Sheep, if that's what he's going for. Ultimate Orb and 2,600 gold, and I believe that's the BKB on Luna. Yep, Archie blows.
Has stagnated around that 14,000 mark for like the last 7 minutes or so. Maybe not 7. Yeah, it's about 7 minutes.
Yeah. But though, for the 22-minute mark, still very sizable.
I'm surprised Sand King had his Blink Dagger, considering how many times he died.
Yeah.
He was probably 0 and 5 at that point.
Some of it was the back-to-back Tier 1 tower kills.
That was really important.
Yeah, that gave him a huge chunk of gold right there. And that's what allowed them to make that hold at that last team fight. Maybe Alliance weren't privy to the fact that he had a Blink Dagger.
No, they definitely weren't.
So, yeah. Now that they got fooled once, it shouldn't happen again. Alliance will play a little bit more cautiously, that an Epicenter could be coming at any time. But, I mean, BKB is up on Luna at this point. So,
Tower is under attack.
move into Roche. Risky, but maybe a little bit. With Clockwork, he can scout it out, he could hookshot in, but MYM are just not in a position to contest right now. They're spread out all over the map. And even a little bit risky just with an Epicenter potentially inbound. There it is, scouted out by Clockwork.
They see mini though.
Yeah, I'm not so sure MYM can contest this even if they want to. Bulldog is great positioning here in the trees. And they'll catch Mini. They know Epicenter's not coming. Roshan will fall. Wow! Who picked it up? There you go. Luna will finally grab it. Ake burns the ultimate, and they do grab a kill on Clockwork to get things started. That was an odd contest from MYM. They hopped in kind of after it was already over. We'll see Mini in some trouble. 2 fights breaking out. Slark solos down the Centaur off on the backside, but Sand King ends up getting picked off. It will be a 2-for-4. Alliance end up with the last hit on Roche, and they get the Aegis on Loda. So all in all, a huge fight for Alliance. I'm just not sure why MYM decided to do it that way. Clockwork kind of hookshot in all by his lonesome.
He just snatched, to be fair.
Almost.
In the last hit on Roshan, it was just like a tad bit too early, and I think he expected from some follow-up, perhaps from the Ember Spirit, perhaps from the Sand King, but we already saw that Sand King was kind of caught out. Maybe if they had smoked on Sand King, it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, they really needed just Sand King to port back to the base and then approach Roche from this side over here so that he could just blink into the pit. Instead, he was down bottom and he kind of tried to walk up this way, come from the high ground, and of course there were heroes outside of the pit ready and waiting for him, and once he got scouted out, it was pretty much all over.
Yeah, if he had come from the top or just like Burrow Strike or blinked into the trees around here, I think he would have been in a much better position.
Yeah, and then if they could have hookshotted on top of an Epicenter coming in, then they probably could have taken it.
Especially if you catch Luna without her BKB.
Yes, if you can catch her with the hookshot stun or the Burrow Strike right after the Epi. MYM, it was just a chaotic fight in general. There were kind of 3 mini-fights breaking out. Like, we saw Slark soloing the Centaur, then we saw Mini getting killed by the heroes outside of the pit, and then there was that skirmish actually inside the pit between the Clockwork and the Luna fighting over who's going to get the Aegis. So, kind of scattered on both sides of the coin, but it really favored Alliance because at this point they're so far ahead in both gold and experience. If you break the fight up into those little skirmishes, Alliance just have such a big edge on a micro level.
Eclipse pretty much dominated the fight inside the Roche pit.
Yeah. And where MYM have a chance to make a team fight work is if Alliance are grouped up and they can get a big Epicenter off. If they're spread out, it just doesn't pack that same punch.
Ember has his drums.
Uh-oh. Watch out.
1/4 of Lotus net worth.
Yeah, Loda is still just farming like a machine, still doubling that of Slark. 18k on the Luna, who is just vastly ahead of everyone else. Still has the Aegis in tow, and now a Manta style to go with the BKB and kill the Dominator. Yeah, Crit's in trouble. He'll get double edge. Double damage rune picked up by the Centaur as well. Loda will just finish him off. And of course, while that's happening, Slark will find another solo kill on Rubik. That actually just happened in the same spot maybe 2 minutes ago. So look at that, the XD coming out from EGM right there. So he gets killed. Basically a deja vu kill coming out solo down by the Slark. But meanwhile, Exist, cheap stick being showed off by the Invoker. But oh my Lanta, that'll be an epicenter hookshot in, and they will finish off S4 as Ember Spirit walks away.
Why does Rubik have a Blade of Alacrity?
Working on a Yasha? I don't know.
Maybe that's why he did XD.
Oh.
Maybe he misbought it.
Yeah, that's weird.
I think he meant to buy Ogre Club. I don't know. Ogre Club is right next to Blade of Alacrity. I don't know.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, well.
The most likely explanation, two of them. First, he had Scepter on Sticky Buy or Quick Buy or whatever, and then they're like right next to each other, and he misclicks on the Blade of Alacrity instead of the Ogre Club, or he just went to the shop and bought an Ogre Club instead of Blade of Alacrity because he wants his BKB.
Casual armor.
Casual 10 agility. It could be a casual Yasha too, to be fair.
I suppose. It's hard to say exactly. Loda will go ahead and grab himself a Satanic as his next big item. He's also level 20. Looking at that, just look at the hero level chart. Loda's 20, the next highest is Slark at 15. It's ridiculous how well Loda's been farming this game.
Yep.
8, 1, and 7 as well.
Champion. Especially when she goes uncontested.
And gets a 7-minute Midas.
Yeah. And HOD.
Yeah. All of those things combined, that big ancient stack. There is a Hood of Defiance up on the Centaur, probably a pipe coming out, which pretty standard on the Centaur and not bad against MYM as well. Anytime you're up against a Blink Sand King, a pipe is not a bad choice.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now on the Slark, and also Clockwork does have an Ag Scepter. And there's the Sanjin Yasha on Slark. Now this tier 3 tower will start taking some pressure. Loda still has the Aegis, and they can take a fight here if they want. Mini. Clean up the creep wave, gets that Centaur kill. Loda force stab in. Oh, the hook shot just barely falling short. And Loda will be happy as a clam to just tank this tower. And that will be the end of this tier 3. The glyph has already been popped for MYM. And now the racks are exposed. The bouncy glaze will start kicking in. Initiation coming from Bulldog. He'll finish it off. After this center comes out, actually doing a fair bit of damage, but the heal from Chen comes. That buys the team some time. Eclipse doing a ton of damage as well. They pick up off the Rubik. A lot of buybacks coming for MYM as well. They might be able to repel Alliance here, or will they? Unicorn taking heavy damage. Mini very low on health and mana. They will finish off the Slark. Racks have still fallen. Loda, he's just going to stand his ground. He still has the Aegis up. Bulldog hops forward. That's a double edge to finish off the Sand King. And now MYM are in trouble. This is going to be a 3 for...
Loda's just slaying everyone with his glaives.
Yeah. A 3 for 6? 3 for 7? How many buybacks were burned right there? And, yeah, Ember died, so that's his buyback. Yeah, that was a 3 for 6, and they got the tier 3 tower and racks. And meanwhile, Loda just soloing the tier 3 tower mid.
No, like, Ember Spirit almost died to the glaive from Loda and his illusions.
Trouble. Easy kill coming out for Alliance, perhaps underestimating the amount of damage the Bulldog and Loda can put out. And this is probably going to be 2 lanes of racks here as Loda just cleaning it up. Bulldog, he will fall, but space created here as Loda is about to finish off these melee racks.
Dire's middle barracks have fallen.
Fired. And now he will take a close range hook shot. There's the Burrow Strike. EMP, S4 trying to save his good buddy. Will it be enough though? BKB, Satanic online. Loda will just lifesteal back up to full HP. Cricket Sheep. Compliments of that Invoker. And now Unicorn coming in, trying to finish off S4, but he'll be able to Ghost Walk to safety. Mini with a decent stun, but the sustain from Alliance is too much. Loda's back up to full health. Ake comes in, they've now got a pipe. The Hand of God, as well as the mech. MYM are in big trouble. Sunstrike, see ya, Ace. Giants are in full form today in the league.
They're so good at supporting Loda.
Yeah. Look here. Big epicenter coming out, and well, maybe Alliance will get cleaned up here. S4 does take a spill. But they'll finish off the clockwork. Mini taking some damage. I mean,
Loda's just doing a throw, and it's like, whatever, I don't care about this fight.
Loda just clears out the tier 4s while his team is... Ake will fall, and kind of wish I could hear the Alliance voice chat right now. Come on, Loda!
Dire's agent is under attack.
GG comes out.
GG, well played. Not a moment too soon.
Luna's way too fat.
Yep, Alliance just in obvious control of this game. And, yeah.